Well, good morning internets, here we are. We have ourselves a start to another vlog. A bit of a day in progress, but it is what it is. And yeah, welcome to our vlog, so here we go. Well, it's been a few days once again since I vlogged. Kind of, well, had a little bit of a quiet time, a little bit of a away time. I had considered going for one last camping trip. However, that didn't quite come together this fall, which, hey, it works out. It is what it is. So I took the old trailer down to the RV place to get winterized, and they wanted me to wait 2-day quarantine period, they said, before they'd even enter my trailer to winterize it, which, you know, that is their rules or regulations they have in place. So therefore, you know, if you want to partake in their services, you got to do, well, what they say, right? Just like this whole, some stores want you to wear masks and other stores don't want you to wear masks and such. Well, if you want to shop there, then you got to follow their dress code or follow their rules they have set in store. It's like some restaurants, they want you to, they have a dress code. I haven't run into one yet here, but I guess in the cities or in the fancy areas, they want you to wear like a dress shirt or dress coat or whatever those things are called. Where a simple, you know, t-shirt is not considered to be a polite attire or whatever you want to call it. And people seem to have, you know, be fine with all that. Just because masks aren't set in place as a mandatory by our province, yet anyways, mandatory for everybody, it doesn't mean that those who choose not to wear masks, there's something wrong with them. You know, even though distracted driving, like talking on your cell phone, is actually a ticketable offense, people still do it. You know, even though wearing a seatbelt is mandatory, people still drive without wearing a seatbelt. You know, you got to be prepared to pay the fine or pay the consequences. And if this here virus thingy is really anything to be worried about, someone who doesn't wear a mask in public gets sick, then they have no reason to whine and complain, because they were told, you know, wear your seatbelt and you won't go flying through the windshield in the event, well, of a crash, right? It's the same thing, you know, wear your mask, and according to our research and what we're told, it's supposed to prevent or minimize the chance of getting it. So I guess it is what it is. Well, just waiting for the RV shop to call. The trailer's been down there for the 2-day quarantine period. So it'll either be today or tomorrow that I'll get a call to come pick it up, and it'll be nice to have it winterized for the season. I'm not sure. I could probably winterize it myself. I do have the generator. I do have the ability to do it. It's just buying the pink stuff, the antifreeze, and really running it through the system. You know, draining out the low point drains and all that. Just the last few years I paid it done because, well, this time of year there always seems to be a lot of things going on in my life where I just don't have the extra time to spare. Messing around with the water pump, the generator, the antifreeze, messing around with the trailer, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and you just pay it done, pay out the $150 or whatever it is, and call her good. However, you know, that's $150 that you wouldn't have to pay out if you did it yourself. Well, still haven't fired up the computer. I've had it on, you know. I've done the updates, got things squared away. I just haven't got back into it like I did, or like I once was by far, or like I'm not sure if I ever will be back in it as heavy as I once was. I tried my best to make the whole YouTube venture work out, worth something, or work out or pay, and it never did. You know, 14 years on YouTube, you'd think I would have come, or would have ended up a little more widely known, and I've done this YouTube venture basically solely on my own. I have written a couple letters, I have sent a couple of decals to other YouTubers, I have visited a couple other YouTubers in person, and you know, they've given me a bit of a shout out, but I've never seen the subscriber explosion that other YouTubers have seen by doing the very same thing that I did. I know my content is not what it used to be at one time because of everything that's gone on in the last 4 years, but you know, there were 10 years of daily videos and content and a lot of things, and I always had the dream that there would be YouTube would pay its way, and I'd be able to attend events to share with the audience, and I'd be able to go places and show things that nobody would usually get to see because they don't live here, they don't live in Canada, or they don't get the chance to go to the mountains, or it's been 20 years since they've been back to that small town where they grew up in, and they but it never did. It never was able to take off. I struggled and struggled and struggled to get it to be viable, missing out on family time, family reunions, birthdays, because I was shooting events, or I was at events, or I was editing videos and stuff, and thinking if I just kept working hard enough at it, someday it would take off and it would pay its way and make all the struggle, all the sacrifice worth what I put into it. There comes a time in everybody's life where they have to sit back and reevaluate things, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's relationships, marriages, mortgages, vehicles, projects on the go, and they have to sit back and think, is this bringing me happiness? Is this working out? Is this mortgage bleeding me dry? When I do get it paid for, or if I ever did get it paid for, will the house be worth what I've put into it all those years? And if your answer is no to the above questions, or the above things in your life, then there maybe need to be a change made. I know for me, my circumstances are different from what yours would be, or other people's are, but basically it all works the same. Are you working an 80-hour work week for somebody else's company, ignoring your wife, ignoring your kids, making somebody else rich? Are you doing that? Then maybe you should consider going into business for yourself. At least if you work hard for yourself, then in the end you've got something. You didn't just spend the last 40, 50 years making somebody else rich. I know I'm renting an apartment for basically the same as what my mortgage payment was at one time anyway. However, I'm not signed into a never-ending 20-25 year mortgage like I was. And if I choose, I could pick up and move with, when my lease is up, with just a 1 month notice, rather than the disaster and quagmire that was in with the house and all that. Like I said, Sometimes you need to make choices. Sometimes they're expensive. Sometimes they're costly. Sometimes they cost you a relationship. You know, but at the same time, that relationship, if they weren't willing to stand beside you even through the bad times, then they didn't definitely deserve to be with you through the good times, when you had money, when you were working full time, when you had your health, when you had your vehicles, when you had your holiday trailers, you know, the deck and everything. You know, they didn't deserve all that good time, all that sacrifice you made to keep them happy, to keep them in brand new clothes while you're wearing rags because they're the ones that are in public and you're at home because, you know, you're not able to work. Like I said, hoping to be back online here for the late fall, early winter. Just gotta organize my footage, see where I am, see how things are shaping out. The vlogs, I believe I'm down to the last handful or so, and by then I will be completely out of edited and uploaded footage all the way around. So probably in the next month or so I'll have to either take a break from YouTube and edit up a pile of videos to get me through the next month or 3. By then the snow will be here. It'll be winter things. I'm hoping to be able to go to the city this year and go to like Ice on White, Candy Cane Lane, Ice Castle, providing they have all that this year because of the whole, you know, pandemic thing. There's been a lot of events cancelled just because of well, the pandemic, and which has caused a ripple effect for those that were depending on said events. Now they don't have the income to run their business, and a lot of those businesses now were just small mom and pop kind of concession stands. They've all closed, and those music venues who were counting on the, you know, this year's money may not be back next year because, well, there was nothing to finance and pay the bills for last year. But it is what it is. There's consequences and actions that take place on everything. You know, if you choose not to wear your seatbelt, you get a ticket. It's the way it is. You don't go on social media and yell and belittle and complain to the cops, you know, or the photo radar ticket people because you got a photo radar ticket because you were speeding. That's clearly your own stupidity. And I don't know exactly how this world is going to turn out, how things are going to end up. But I guess it's while we're here, it's what we do that makes things the way they are. You know, we can either live in fear of the unknown of something that has very little evidence to say that it even exists more than what we're being told. Or we can get out there and live our lives, however short it may be, or however long it may be, and well, it'll be what it is. You know, there's businesses that never opened since April. They closed, and they're still closed. You tell me those businesses are going to reopen in the spring next year? You know, these people that have got this free, those people that have the free money from the government, and then they collect unemployment too. Well, they might have good money coming in right now, but you wait until the taxes have to go up to pay for these bailout payments that these people have took. Or even worse, you wait till the government wants that money back from your tax return because really it was just a loan. And then those people start missing thousands of dollars out of their bank accounts because the government can and do and will and has reclaimed their money from some of the people already. And you try making your mortgage payment to go in to pay your bills and end up with a zero balance in your account because of something you did or something you took on faith of somebody else, or some greedy bloodsucker that is hounding you for something that happened years ago that you were working with them, but they chose to go another way. But a little bit of a video here, just kind of sharing what's on my mind. you know, take it with a grain of salt. That's just what I feel. If your opinions differ, well, then you're welcome to move along. If you want to pick a fight, then go somewhere else, because, well, it's not going to get you nowhere. There's a wonderful button that is called blocking and banning that really works great for people that who are just looking to pick a fight, who won't listen to another way, or won't realize that people have other opinions than their own, and they're just looking for something to make themselves feel better. I guess it is what it is. Another day, another vlog, and around we go. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all later.